Hello students, today I would like to welcome you all to this video. This video I am going to solve a practice question on trial balance. As we have learned how to make trial balance in the previous video. So the question that I have selected to solve in front of you is the same question that I have made the ledger accounts in the previous video, the video in which I make a practice question about the ledger accounts. So let's start with the format of the trial balance. So what do we have to do? We have to write down the title, trial balance. It will be as at 30th of November 2007, because this is the year-end date that was given in the question. So we have two columns. The column number 1 that will represent the debit amounts, and column number 2 that will represent the credit amounts. So we are going to write down the list of T accounts balances. The first account that we had in that question is the bank account, and what do we have to do? We have to look into the balance brought down, the side of that balance brought down, as this bank account has a balance brought down on debit side with the amount of 62760. So we'll write this here. The first account is bank account, and it has a debit balance of 62,760. So that's the first account. Now the second one after this, we have a cash account, and it also has a debit balance of 735. So I will write down cash account, and the amount will be 735. Now the next one, we had capital account with the amount of 160,000, and it comes on a credit side. So the next account we are going to write down here is the capital account, and the amount is 160,000. Similar to that, we will make the next account. The next account that we had is premises account. So the premises account has a debit balance of 95,000. So I'll write down here the premises account, and it has a 95,000 balance on debit side. Now the next account that we had made in that question was Anila's account. So we are going to write Anila account, and it has a debit balance of 124. Before Anila account I did made purchases account. So we'll make this purchases account before. So purchases account has a debit balance of 2350. So I'll write down here purchases account, and it has a debit balance of $2,350. Now the next account is Dolip account. Dolip is our trade payables account because we did purchases from this person, so that's why it has a credit balance. It's our liability. So Dolip account comes on credit side with 1450. So the next account is Dolip account, and the amount will comes on credit side 1450. The next account that we had was purchases return account, and it has a credit balance of 150. So we'll again make this purchases return account, and it has a credit balance of 150. So moving on, the next account that we had was general expense account. It has a debit balance of 275. So here next account is general expense account with the debit balance of $275. The next account that we had was the rates account. So the rate accounts has a debit balance of 395. So we'll write down here rates account with the debit balance of 395. Now we'll move on to the account of Anila. That's the next account that we had in our question. So Anila account, it has a debit balance of 124. It's our customer's account that has a trade receivable. We made sales to Anila, so the trade receivables comes on debit side. That's why it has a debit balance. So the next account is Anila account with the amount of 124 on debit side. Now the next account is sales account. Yes, the sales account, it has a credit balance of 124. During this period we only made sales to Anila, so the only one entry. So we'll write down here sales account, and it will comes on credit side 124. Now the next account that we had is the carriage outwards account. It's the carriage that we paid on purchases, the delivery charges that we paid on purchases. It's our expense. It has a debit balance of $95. So we'll write down here carriage outwards account, that will be 95. Carriage outwards is the delivery charges that we paid on sales to deliver the goods to our customers. So the next account we had is drawings. Drawings has a debit balance 250. So we'll make this account here, drawings account, and it has a balance of 250. Now the next account and the last account that we had is rent income account, because it's an income account, so it comes on a credit side $260. So we'll write down here rent income account, and it has a credit balance of $260. Now the next step is we write down all the T account balances here. Now we are going to balance them off to see if our debit and credit sides equals or not. To do this, we have to draw lines into the both columns, and then we'll have to add up all the numbers. So let's start with the credit side. We have 160,000, then 1450, then 150, then 124, and the last number I do have is 260. So I will add all of these number and I will get the answer 161,984. So that's the balance that I have got. On the credit side 161,984. Now it's time to calculate the debit side total. So we have here 62,760 plus 735 plus 95,000 plus 2350 plus I have this 275. Now the next number that we have is 395 plus I have 124 plus I have 95 and then 250. So if I will make the total, so it gives me the same number that we have 161,984. The reason why I have selected the same question that we have done in the previous videos, so to see that whether the double entries that I have done in the first video, the question and then the T accounts, they are all arithmetically correct. So this is the both equal means the double entry and ledger accounts are arithmetically correct. There are some questions that you can see in your past papers, the Cambridge. So there can be some missing figures. So what we have to do, we have to make the trial balance as per the rules, like the assets comes on debit side, liabilities comes on credit side, income comes on credit side, expenses comes on debit side, capital and drawings and all the adjustments. There may be some missing figure, like in some question they did not give you, let's suppose, the drawings figure. So in that scenario you guys have to fill this up, make the trial balance, and then you have to balance it off. So the difference between debit and credit side means the difference between these two figures will be the figure of the drawings. So in that particular scenario, this credit side will give you the bigger number as compared to the debit side total. So the difference between these two number will be 250. That will give you the drawings figure. So this was the practice question. So thank you very much.